Hey everyone, in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to change out a CV shaft in a 96 Toyota Tacoma 4-cylinder 4-wheel drive. Now right off the bat I'm going to tell you that your vehicle is probably going to be different than this one. Pretty much every vehicle I work on is different than the last one, but I noticed things that this one doesn't have, like it doesn't have the dust cap over the end of the CV shaft right here, which you'll have to take yours off. Also, this one has a 6-inch Fabtech lift kit. Now the suspension is basically in the stock location. It does not require lifted shafts to use the Fabtech 6-inch lift. So that being said, this is stock CV shafts that's on here. Now the arms on a 6-inch are going to be a lot longer right here all the way up to the top, but the lower half is going to be the same as stock. So it pretty much applies. You'll be able to use the same procedure in order to change out the CV shaft. It's really not that hard. But I did want to make sure that you knew that this did have a 6-inch Fabtech lift suspension on it. It should be pretty much the same for a stock vehicle, but let's go ahead and get started and we'll show you how to change out this shaft. So once you get the vehicle supported up in the air and you get some jack stands underneath it and you get your wheel off, you'll need to take the cap off right here. Go ahead and remove that cotter pin out, take it out of its slot, and take the safety lock off from it. Then you'll want to unbolt your nut in there. Now I'm going to be using a 35mm socket in order to take off the CV shaft nut. Now yours might be a different size, and I'm using an impact, and you don't have to, you can use whatever method you want. Now on this truck it has bolt-on lower ball joint. So if you go underneath where the ball joint is, you'll see 4 bolts hanging on to it, and you want to remove all 4 bolts. This one happens to be 14mm. I'll go ahead and come over here and show you the other 2 in the dark right there and there. Go ahead and remove all 4 of those bolts. Now after you get those 4 bolts out, you're going to want to get a pry bar and come right down here and put a little bit of leverage on the ball joint area, because right down in here there's actually some alignment pins that the bolts run through. So if you just take your pry bar, just keep wedging at it until, there you go. Are you able to see that? Okay, so the whole thing lifted off right there. So go ahead and put that shaft inward. Should have been able to see it go in there slightly. Now hopefully you'll be able to see this, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to push on the outer side with the shaft to try to get it to come out. As I'm pulling it out, I'm going to pull on the whole assembly and go outward with it. And you can see right there where I'm holding the shaft, it's not moving, but you should be able to lift that shaft completely off. And the only thing hanging on the assembly is the upper control arm. The upper ball joint. So as you see, I moved this whole assembly over, and now it's resting right over here. This knuckle and everything might be different, but the same concept applies. You might have some bracketry or something hanging onto the brake lines, because the brake lines are most likely going to be shorter on your factory ones, but it still works the same basically. So just take your whole assembly right here, your spindle and brake assembly, kind of just rotate it around. Like you can see the top of the lower ball joint right here. You want to clean all this area off. So you see the shaft is out. Now you're going to take a pry bar to the inside and pop it out of the joint and towards the inside there. Now hopefully this is an angle that you can see, but this is the inside of the CV shaft right here. Now I'm taking a flat big pry bar like this with a hammer or a rubber mallet. I'm going to be tapping the end. Now you just try to get either right here on the edge, depends on the shaft, but if you see right here, you can kind of see it moving. If you put your little pry bar with a wedge shape right here up in the joint right there, and then hit it from the underneath with a little hammer, and you see the shaft pop out right there. Okay, so now you can pretty much slide that CV shaft out. Now it might come apart since it's in multiple pieces up there, and I'm going to hold the camera since my stand doesn't go high enough, so hopefully it doesn't get too much for you to not be able to see. But yeah, the inside's not wanting to come, it's going to slide out. You can see the shaft coming apart right there on me. Now I'm just going to reach up in here and get the other side out. And there you go, CV shaft is out. And if you didn't notice, right here is alignment dowels that hold the assembly straight. So whenever you put that back up there, you have to line them up. I'm gonna go ahead and clean the surface out. Had the pan underneath just in case fluid was coming out so that I could catch it. Like this one, I didn't have any fluid coming out. Also, the owner does not want me changing out the seals on the inner side of the CV shaft. So I usually don't mess with the inside, because whenever you do, you end up getting debris in there. So I just take the new shaft and slide it right in. Now you can see I've cleaned up this area right here, and it's time to put in the new shaft. And of course, you put the new shaft in the same way that the old shaft came out. Just hold it up here. Hopefully you're able to see that. There's a little clip on the end of it. You want to kind of line up the shafts on the inside. Once you think it's aligned, go ahead and give it a little nudge. Alright, now, I'm not sure if you've seen that, but it just went into the joint back there. It's fully seated all the way up to the base. And now, CV shaft is all the way out. I'm going to go ahead and remove the new retaining nut. Okay, so hopefully you're able to see this. I'm going to go ahead and take the whole assembly and bring it around. I'm going to line up the shaft inside of the hub there. And I'm going to slowly work it in until it's straight and get it back onto the alignment dowels right here. Bring this around, bring the shaft up. There, it's centered inside. Might have to wiggle a little bit to get it to go ahead and slide in. Hopefully you're able to see that, but let's see. Alright, right there, I got that alignment pin in. I'm going to go ahead and put this bolt in since the alignment dowel is centered. Need to pull this around slightly, just straighten it up. Once it's pretty close to its position, you should be able to run this another bolt up in there and at least get it started so that it doesn't move on you. You might have to wiggle a little bit, but you should be able to get it though. I'm going to go ahead and reach around and get your other two bolts in. Now that I've verified everything's lined up, I'm going to go ahead and run these retaining bolts. Now you want to look up the manufacturer specs on the torque for yours and make sure you torque it down to the proper torque. So now you can reach around to the back side and pull your CV shaft through and put your retaining bolt on. So I'm reaching around the back side, making sure the shaft is coming through just like that. I'm going to put the retaining nut on there. Alright, everything else you just reverse process of how you took it off. Now make sure that you get your CV shaft nut on there and torque it down to the factory specs, and get your cotter pin in there, get your cap back on it, get the wheel back on, torque the wheels down. That's how you change out your CV shaft on your 96 Toyota Tacoma. Thanks everyone for watching today. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button for me, like it, share it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Stay tuned for more videos. See you in the next one. Thanks for watching again, everyone.